make sure you hit that subscribe button, please.
No matter where you are in America, it seems we're headed for the summer of teen takeovers.
This is a teen takeover, and they better not touch my car. And I mean it.
That's right, everywhere. Even in obscure places you've only heard about in fairy tales. Places like Rhode Island.
There was a bunch of screams, and everyone started running.
Hot temperatures, even hotter tempers.
I don't know. Or, what's causing this. And this is spreading. How serious is it going to get? Yeah. And the summer just began. Where's the next one going to be?
Throw a dart at a map of the United States. That's where it will happen next. And sure, a place like the beach is a likely spot.
The sounds and sights of chaos by the beachfront in Long Branch Tuesday night.
It was like the WWE yesterday.
People jumping and dancing on cars along with fights breaking out. Just some of the mayhem police say played out as several hundred teens and young adults descended onto the Pier Village area, many of them by train.
But it could happen literally anywhere.
The kids gathered at different gas stations, including this one and the Family Dollar right behind it.
Ah yes, the gas station and Family Dollar, my favorite Saturday night hangout spots. Can you blame them?
Oh baby, they got Peterson Park on lockdown. These kids did a takeover at Peterson Park. Police is everywhere. Y'all better get y'all kids, cause they is not playing.
They is not playing, but the police are slowed down in places like Rochester, New York.
From fights at the mall at Grease Ridge in past months to Ontario Beach Park and the Lilac Fest just recently, Sheriff Todd Baxter says these teen takeovers can leave police with their hands tied.
We want to make the arrest, but the point is there's no teeth in the system.
The mayor of Detroit is talking tough, but do you really expect to see positive results?
Detroit Mayor Mary Sheffield announced a 6-point plan to address summer violence and teen takeovers, saying this Monday.
And we will not tolerate violence. We will not tolerate what we saw this weekend, and we will continue to push for parental responsibility enforcement in our curfew.
They need to be able to do like.
This is so sad to see, because all these young people are going to be future adults, parents, people in our society that are going to have to add some actual value, whether that's through working or some other means. And to go and see these kids, let me go back to that clip, on this car, twerking.
People jumping
Look at
and
this.
dancing on cars along with
Look at
fights
this.
breaking out.
Look at how disgusting this is. I couldn't imagine this. And also, just because it popped in my mind and I gotta say it, why are these kids built like refrigerators? Why are all these kids got the widest backs I done seen? Look at this. Look at these backs. These backs is big. These kids, they eating good. While they doing these takeovers, they gotta have some good food trucks out there, because these kids' backs are wide. But back, being serious again, seeing a teen get shot at a teen takeover is concerning, and I do not understand how parents don't know where their kids are and are not consistently checking in, and how your kid can be outside at a teen takeover and you have no idea where they are. I couldn't imagine that being my parents, because they had me on lock. First off, they did trust me and they did teach me how to vet the people that I was around, and also to stay away from situations like this. But I couldn't imagine being out this late, as some of these videos were showing. Like, there was literally a video of them where something was on fire. I couldn't imagine that. Look how late this is. Some of these videos and some of these news stories are saying that these kids are out as late as 3 a.m. Honestly, I would never disrespect my parents by ever being out that late. And especially if you out that late, I don't think I'm coming back home disturbing everybody else in the house by opening the door, making all that noise, putting food in the microwave, because I know I'm going to be hungry. But I would never do anything like that. And I don't know how parents don't have their kids' locations on their phones and how they're not checking it. After 8 o'clock, first off, you probably want to put a curfew on your child. You should know your child. If your child has a hard time making a good decision, you probably want to put rules on them. But after about 8 o'clock, your kid not home, I would expect most parents to start becoming suspicious, calling them, texting them. About 9 o'clock, going out to look for them and really trying to get some information on where their kid is. At 10 o'clock, going to the authorities if they still haven't heard anything back from their kid, and really going out and looking for their child. But with so many of these teens, remember, teen is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Teen. These are kids, right? If your kid is out, your 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old is out that late and you are not even attempting to look for them, that says a lot about the parents. And now this Detroit mayor said they're trying to hold the parents more responsible, but I don't know how you can do that. I think there should be instances where parents are charged for the actions and the crimes of their children, but I know that for sure is not going to happen in this scenario. And you saw an officer push one of the kids, right? He pushed that girl. And what was the girl's first reaction? Not to comply. Watch this. Her first reaction was not to comply. Look at this.
Police are slowed down in places like Rochester, New York.
What are they doing? They're sitting there arguing. No respect for authority. Where did they learn this from? They parents. So their parents probably agree with this, and that's where they learned it from. Look at them, locked up, handcuffed up, on the back. Police. How you get caught by a police officer on a bike? And she's still over here trying to argue. Go home. Leave. It is never worth it. We've seen one teen shot. There were 5 officers in Chicago that were ran over. I'm going to show you that next. How much more violence are people going to tolerate before they actually go and yoke their children up and tell them to stay their butts inside? Because they're being nice by saying this is teen takeover. No, this is black teen chaos is what's going on. Because the only white people I've seen was the officers, the white people walking in the background when the dude was on the beach. But 90% of the people that I've seen in these videos look like me. And I think that's terrible. Now, let me show y'all what happened in Chicago.
An 18-year-old from suburban Plainfield charged with injuring 5 Chicago police officers during a teen takeover had his first court appearance today. Rashad Johnson was denied pre-trial release. He's accused of plowing into 5 officers early Sunday morning near Loomis and Roosevelt. He's charged with 5 felony counts of attempted murder, along with aggravated battery and weapons charges. So prosecutors in court allege he came up from Plainfield with friends and drove the wrong way down Roosevelt Road. An officer apparently told them to pull over, and that's when prosecutors say he didn't stop, but instead plowed into those officers, injuring them. Those officers have since been treated and released for broken bones, cuts, and even a concussion. Prosecutors say his 2 friends refused to cooperate with police. Johnson's defense, however, argued for him to be released on electronic monitoring, saying he doesn't have a criminal history and that he didn't intentionally hit those officers, given that the night was chaotic. A judge disagreed. He's back in court next month.
That's ridiculous. To have 5 felony charges at 18 years old. 18 years old. 5 felonies. Why? Because you were at a teen takeover. Look at this young boy right here. Look at his hair. Young man, please get your life. That's a neck tattoo? At 18? Yeah, you can tell he has no parental guidance. Him, some friends, they drove up. They're driving into these teen takeovers. He drove on the wrong side of the street, and his defense is going to try to argue that he did not do this on purpose, and it was all the chaos. No, he planned to do this. And this was choreographed for him to come up and for him to participate in the chaos as well. It would have been different if he was maybe there were shots that rung out and he was trying to run away and escape. Little more grace in that scenario, but no, he did this on purpose, injuring those 5 officers, and now has 5 attempted murder felony charges at 18 years old. And again, I ask, where are the parents? I think more parents should start being charged. If the child is under your roof, and I'm going to say under 21. I know we like to say 18 is an adult, but 18 is not an adult. Yeah, you can go to war and you can vote, but you still can't drink. And you cannot, you can't even rent a car. There's so many other things you can't do until you're 21 years old. And even in that instance, your mind is still not even developed at 21 years old. But I think 25 is a bit of a stretch. So I think these parents need to start being charged for what their children have done. Some type of negligence. There's negligence if you don't feed your baby, you neglect your baby, that's what it's for. But I think this is a form of neglect by not properly training your children on how to be good members of society and adding value and not being out there causing ruckus. And if we want to get down to the nitty gritty, a lot of these situations, these kids is growing up with one parent, and that parent is either working so many hours they don't have time that is required to attend and really grow and raise a child. A lot of these parents is just glorified babysitters in which they here to make sure the baby don't die. And if you think that just giving the baby food, clothes, and a roof over their head is enough to raise a child, you are mistaken, and your kid will be in one of these takeover videos being reviewed by me. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. But let's continue to look at some of these videos of these takeovers. Yeah, this is so stupid to me. There's nobody's even dancing. This is music. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to hear the music, but the music that's playing in this is added after the video was recorded. Nobody's dancing. There's no music. This doesn't even look fun. This is a bunch of people just standing around on their phones. This looks so stupid. These kids have nothing better to do. They standing on cars, putting dents in it. That's probably somebody's parents' car. They throwing singles and picking them back up. That's what's expected. These are kids. They don't have no money. And I know back in the day, y'all used to have them Freakniks. Y'all used to have all those festivals. And there was violence there, but I can guarantee you there was more dancing taking place then than there is right here. And also, if you were in tune or watching anything related to what was happening during spring break, a lot of these kids was coming out of state with guns. That was the main concern. They were going to the beach walking around with weapons. So I can guarantee you in these situations, there are a lot of weapons here that we're not being shown, that we're not seeing in this video here. But that increases the level of danger that all these kids are in, because it takes one mistake. Somebody, oh, you stepped on my shoes, you disrespected me, oh, you talking to my girl, oh, all these stupid things. And now shots are firing out, and you have all these people such packed into this space like sardines, and being able to leave and flee is not going to be very easy. So keep y'all kids at home. Yeah, this is ridiculous. This type of police presence for a teen takeover, that's the main thing. We calling this black teen chaos. This is black teen chaos. This type of police presence just for this is crazy. That tells you how reckless this is, how much damage this is causing. Also think about the impact this has on the community, where they have to clean all this stuff up. They have to clean the beaches back up. Clean all these areas up, because these kids are leaving junk, trash, whatever else in these areas that they're in. Who cleans that stuff up? Nobody's talking about that, but I think that is also a problem. Oh my gosh. And when you have this many police officers, no matter how you feel about the police, it increases the amount of mistakes that can take place. And the last thing that I'd want to happen is for a child to get hurt, whether due to the police, or, well, we already seen one get shot, or due to one of these kids shooting, an officer get hurt, or both. Those are things I don't want to see. Please, y'all, check after your kids, watch after your kids, tell them to get in the house, go in the house. Kids, there's no fun out here. All this, y'all want to be outside. Y'all want to have hot boy, hot girl summers. Y'all want to be in the mix, be lit. All of this, it is not worth your freedom or your life, because all it takes is one idiot to shoot. They can even just shoot up in the air. The bullet got to come back down. Just takes one idiot to change your life forever. And it is not worth it going to one of these teen takeovers. And respect your parents. Love your parents. Hopefully your parents love you. I think that's the only thing we deserve in this life, is two loving parents, and everything from there will worry about itself. Guys, let me know your thoughts down below about these teen takeovers. Hopefully it doesn't come to a city near you, but it probably will, depending on the areas that you're in. If you have a lot of YNs in your area, or in a big metropolitan city, then this is most likely coming your way. Guys, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I'm out of here. Peace out.